the World Bank, the mission, the goal, free the world from poverty. But if you can see, the majority of global poor lives in rural area, are poorly educated, having no employment. The work to end extreme poverty is far from over, and many challenges remain. Regardless the progress made in reducing poverty, the number of people living in extreme poverty globally remains unacceptably high, and given global growth forecasts, poverty reduction may not be fast enough to reach the target. According to the estimate, 1.85 billion people are living under the poverty line and passing their lives in less than $1 a day. Further indicators shows that good schools, healthcare, electricities, safe water and other critical services are still far from these people. Why? That questions keep on pinching me so many times, and I was thinking that why we are different from them, why we got the facility they don't, why we have a good food they don't, why what we want we get they don't. They are the humans of same God what we have, but unfortunately their life is terrible, their day is terrible, their morning is terrible, their evening is terrible. They don't have any accessibility, and the people like us don't know how to get access to them, to give them a little push, give them a little kick for better life, move a little bit faster their wheel of life. The latest projection shows that if we continue down a business as unusual path, the world will not be able to eradicate extreme poverty by 2030. That is because it is becoming even more difficult to reach those remaining in extreme poverty who often live in fragile countries and remote areas. Yes, this is the question. And also top of that, I have got some of the research based on that the people who have been able to move out of poverty, progress is often temporary. Economic shocks, food insecurity, and climate change are threats in front of them, and they are being having an unknown fever of, like you can say, fear that they are being robbed and they will be forced to go back into poverty again. So that is the fear they got. So outreach is to these areas, to these people, is also one of the questions. And now I feel like, if you have seen that, and I feel like that charity, which I will call in my rest of the speech, is what you can say payback to the people which I left behind. I empathize this needs, requirements, wants, desires well because I've been passed through these. My dad left the word leaving behind myself, 6 year old, my brothers, and my mom, and the total asset was less than a $10 equivalent in my mom pocket. We were having a very terrible days, months, years. Each week of the month was very hard to pass, and especially particularly the last week of the month was a terrible because my mom, I can see my mom looking toward the door. Her ears were waiting for the knock from the postman to deliver the pension of my dad from the company he was working. That pension was not enough because first week of the month was good, but the second and the third was very hard to pass, and the last week was terrible. So that I can say, I can empathize, and that time which I can't forget, I can well understand what the children's feels at that age and how the people feel when they are in desperate need of the assistance. So I thought I should be having my own skeleton of narrative that to start to get payback and to get charities back on the front foot with a positive note about why I am here and what I can do for them. That can only be achieved from the beliefs and the motivation, and why the payback is yes, the need the people living in that areas having with them. I will not call need, but I will call the curse of poverty. How does it make difference is that how we can make a fairer and better world for now and for future generation. I know that we have already changed the world for the better in many ways, but there is still so much to do. People with passion and commitment can come together, joining hands with hands to provide assistance because we understand the challenges and we share a common humanity. Payback or the charity is of, for, and by the people. And I think we should be having a better means, resources to access to these people and the areas they are living in. But in order to move this work forward, we need more charities, and the people I shown in the beginning has to engage with them. We hope, and I hope, this narrative which I have built up can form the basis of number of possible sector-wide initiatives. I will use the campaign promoting my cause and the work. I will use the PR campaign to promote the value of that work to key influencers groups. So please let me know your thoughts on the skeleton, the narrative which I made. What is right and what is wrong about it, and your opinion of my direction of travel. If you like it, it would be a great assistance. We all has to come out and do better for the rest of the world, which are left behind, and unfortunately they are not living or sailing in the same boat where we are sailing in. And I will be strongly requesting, because you, me, and everyone is part of it. We can only achieve this together. I believe that good cause always catches the good people, and it flies very fast to the people who need our assistance, who need our help. They don't have any connections, they don't have any resources, they don't have any reach, they don't have any communication. It's us who has to go there, talk to them, engage the people, and the combined effort can bring harmony, peace, and you can say a better life into the faces, the bodies, the health, and their living style. That's what we are enjoying with. We must be thinking that we should provide, all of us, I believe, touches in many ways with the similar conditions, which are often unseen, and make the society, if we can work together, make the society warmer and richer. We all benefits from that, though those who most in need benefit more directly, for sure. So, leaving ourselves behind, we should be going further, so that we can provide roads of success, leads to the prosperity, and produce an educated, well-behaved community, people who also become the resources and connections for the others as well. So this kind of chain reaction will once produce a good example in life. Though we live in an imperfect world, an unfair word, a word of problems. But all these problems and issues has to be overcome by us, not by others. So if you would be a bit having an attitude of restlessness, which can trigger spark in your life to act in accordance with the motive, ambitions, and I will say that understanding in a cross sector which can provide an umbrella shelter to the humans living in that condition under the scorching sun of curse, poverty, and hungerness. I believe that this request will reach to the far-flung areas and the people of commitment and heart, and will produce definitely a good impact and results. At the moment, I will finish and pay thank you to you all guys for listening. Thank you very much. Bye.